When I first became involved with the city, it was a growing community, but it was mostly residential. There was maybe 100 small businesses, the barber shops, the cleaners, and the drugstores and things like that. And we had maybe 3 medium-sized employers. But with this growth, we were drawing people in, so I would be getting letters from residents in some other state or somewhere where they're going to be transferred to this area, and they'd be addressed to the Chamber of Commerce. Of course, there was no Chamber of Commerce, so I was the one that was recipient of all those letters. At the same time, since the city was growing, we needed some money, and I wanted to present the first income tax to the city. And that gave me the idea that some of the stuff that I'm doing could be done by a Chamber of Commerce if we had it. Well, how do you start a Chamber of Commerce?
In many respects, I feel like I have somewhat of a unique perspective about the history of the Hilliard Area Chamber of Commerce, because my dad, who operated a business on Main Street for 40 years, then I operated a business in the same building for 30 years. I kind of grew up with Chamber of Commerce being part of my life from the time I was a little kid. And my dad was the first president of the Hilliard Area Chamber of Commerce, and what I find sort of humorous and yet sort of unique is that the Chamber, and I know this from dinner conversations, was founded and created as a result of a sort of a sign ordinance, or a sign battle, I'm going to call it, between the City Hall and the businesses in Hilliard. And signs are very important to businesses. And amazingly enough, during one of my times as president of the Chamber of Commerce, the sign ordinance or the sign issue came up again. And I thought, what are the chances that my dad would face that, and then 40 years later, I'd be the president at the same and dealing with the same issue. I've seen the Chamber evolve from really, in many respects, what was sort of a social organization to a pro-business organization to help businesses thrive and succeed. And that's what the Chamber is today. And I can say this because, as I said, my father was twice the president of the Chamber in the past. That's not the Chamber of the old. That's the new Chamber under the leadership of Libby.
One of the things that prior to my coming on board was that Hilliard was surrounded by railroads. And the railroads made it almost prohibitive for businesses to open because you couldn't get from point A to point B without a railroad crossing. So Roger Reynolds, who was the mayor at the time, developed a plan to build an underpass on Cemetery Road, which really opened up the opportunity for businesses to grow. And when that happened, along with the infrastructure that the city put in place, the city businesses grew. They started to come, and they loved the opportunity to be in a small town atmosphere with big city amenities.
When I came to Hilliard, what I really embraced was how I was so accepted. I felt a part of something right from day one, and it grew from there. And the school community, truly, as diverse as we were, they were so appreciative of education. They were so appreciative of and proud of their school district, but also the importance of the Chamber being part of that story. It really was a partnership, and the stronger you are together, the stronger you are as a community. And I felt that from day one until the day I retired in 2013. And I think what's unique about the Hilliard business community is how closely connected they are. How supportive they are of one another. But also their bigger goal is how, the more others are successful, the more they're successful, and their understanding of that bigger picture, if you will.
So from a city perspective and looking at our local businesses, the Chamber and the city really have the same mission and vision for what we want for our businesses and what we do to support them. So we want to provide an environment where they thrive, and our partnership with the city and the Chamber has been great to accomplish that. It's extremely exciting that we're celebrating 50 years, that the Chamber is still going strong and providing such incredible resources and networking and services to our community. So as long as we continue to plan well and provide an environment where our businesses can thrive, really there's no limit on what we can do as a community.
What I think makes the Hilliard Chamber of Commerce unique is that we have a good variety of not only small, medium, and large businesses, but they always come together to support one another. So it's just fun to see the collaboration that happens. It is so exciting to be celebrating 50 years with the Hilliard Area Chamber. I have been involved with the Chamber for over 15 years now, and so to see it thrive and being a part of that success, volunteering for the events and stuff, just so glad I could be a part of it. Not only working in the business community here, but also residing here as well. If you are not a member of the Chamber, you're missing out on tons of fun. There are networking events, but not only the networking, but we also have great educational events, always thinking ahead of what's important to the business community and how can we provide resources to them and just support them in that way.
I think being a member of the Hilliard Chamber is really crucial to business because no business thrives on an island. You have to operate in community. You have to have folks around you who help support and buoy your business. You know, being a small business is hard, and there are other small businesses who have been through it before. So just being able to live in that community, in that business community, and have support through the ups and downs of starting your business and running your business, I think is, it's a special lifeline that we have here in Hilliard. Hilliard has the right type of people, and you can see that as evidenced by the members of the Chamber. At all of the various events that we go to, the people are welcoming. What's really unique about the business climate here is it's collaborative versus overly competitive, and I think that's what's really unique about doing business in Hilliard is you have a bunch of businesses working together. I always say rising tides lift all boats, and I think that's really the truth here in Hilliard. The Hilliard Area Chamber of Commerce helps businesses thrive by being their biggest fan. They're a cheerleader. They get behind and support the businesses in a way that's, I think, unique and special to this specific chamber.
The Hilliard business community is dynamic.
Our business community is collaborative.
The Hilliard business community is active.
Our business community is friendly.
The Hilliard business community is all about connection.
Our business community is supportive.